Carrie, and welcome to the inaugural episode of Carrie's Corner. Today, we're going to talk about the use of Facebook and Facebook fatigue. Is Facebook going away completely? Businesses everywhere are really frustrated with Facebook, both because of the issues with getting into the newsfeed, stories about fake fans, and just overall frustration with the network. Are people getting tired of it? Well, a study done by Pew did an analysis of each of the individual other networks and how many cross-network affiliations there were. So how many people from Twitter, who are on Twitter, use Pinterest, for instance. Okay, so in looking at that study, you can see some really interesting things. So if you look at the number of Twitter users who use Instagram, who use Pinterest, who use LinkedIn, you've got a little nice crossover there, particularly on the Instagram front. If you look at the number of Instagram users who use Twitter, you've got the same thing, about 53% here. Looking at all of these networks, you're looking anywhere, if you look at every one of these areas, between a mid 20% to at most the high 50% area, mid to high 50s. But let's take a look at how many users are on Facebook. Of the people who are on Twitter, the percentage of users are actually 90%. So 90% of people who are on Twitter are also on Facebook. How about Instagram? Well, we know that 93% of Instagram users are actually on Facebook. Now let's take a look at Pinterest. In looking at Pinterest, we see it slightly lower, but still indexing off the chart at 87% of users who use Pinterest are using Facebook. Now let's take a look at LinkedIn at an 83. So you've got a little bit lower here, right? But still pretty darn significant, right? So on LinkedIn, you've got a lot of business people. Maybe some of them don't want to have their lives on Facebook. Okay, but we're still indexing off the chart. So here's the deal. Facebook is going to experience fatigue. We have definitely reached a saturation point with Facebook. But to not use Facebook to market your business when you're using each of these other networks is simply a mistake. I want you to use a diversified social media strategy. I want you on all different networks, speaking one-on-one with your customers and potential customers. But don't forget to use Facebook as a support. The reality is that they're there. So through an effective use of social media advertising and a compelling content strategy, you can achieve success there. I would just do it in conjunction with your diversified social media approach and look forward to great social media success.